All, and welcome back with another amazing episode of the Future Jobs podcast show. I'm your host Fahad JobsWala, and I'm student and interview captain at Pronounceable Online Academy. So I welcome to all of you with another amazing episode where we always invite amazing and extraordinary individuals, the people who are making an impact in the world. Today on Future Jobs podcast, we're joined by a visionary leader who's not just building technology, he's building the future. Rod Alvarez is the founder of Revergent Tech and a peak ambassador in the Philippines, leading a movement to empower cities and communities through blockchain. From training the next generation of Web3 developers to partnering with government institutions to digitize cities like Davao, Rod is redefining how public systems can be decentralized, secure, and community owned. If you're ever wondered how real world blockchain can transform lives, this is the episode you've been waiting for. So, Rod, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Fahad, and thank you guys for having me here. Yeah, it was a wonderful intro that you have for me here. Thank you.
Thank you. It's honor for me to have you on my show and to talk on your amazing life journeys. So, how have you been?
Yeah, pretty good. Philippines is have a good good weather here in the tropic area, so everything is fine. We are like excited to be in the crypto space right now. Is really on a scale of like having an all-time high for BTCs and whatnot. So everybody's pumped up, but it's always good to safeguard everything, especially in our decisions and whatever. Um, each each track or each path that we take is we should balance everything. um, why? Because we need to predetermine more about what's going to happen and what we didn't anticipate. So yeah, here is very good. We had a very cool community and very live and very supportive. So we we like give our best to the community because the community also contributes more on that space. So yeah, how about you, Fad? How's there?
Yeah, I've been great as well. It's a bit hot here, the weather, and but still it is really fun. We are like enjoying, everything is fine. Today is the weather is a bit more well than the previous days. So yeah.
Hmm, cool, cool, cool. Great stuff.
So Rod, could you tell us about your story? How did you ended up, developing your interest in AI, which is a very great field? Could you tell us more about yourself?
Yeah. Uh, Back in the days, and I was like 15 years ago. My Me and my friends were like talking about AI. What's the next big thing in AI? What's AI is, and then we tend to like three of my friends back in the days like talked about what's the difference between artificial intelligence and natural intelligence. So we've been like stargazing on what's the next big thing. Now um, here comes uh, when there's an evolution of technology building from one to the other, and we have this eyes and ears of AIs and what blockchain is. It seems like we are connecting the dots of what was back then 15 years ago and what is really happening right now. So um, just a few years, a couple of years before after the pandemic, uh, AI comes in. But before that, going back, blockchain was made. What power does it give to the technology? Brings about connecting the dots, like what happened before. It's just an idea of what an AI is and what a natural intelligence is. And now we have LLM, we have natural learning models that we are building currently. Um, for me as a developer, at the same time as an enthusiast for AI, we need to balance still everything, not just advocacy. Use AI as a tool, but at the same time we need to safeguard AI, um, because there is a limitation of how we can use it. Not only making it more adaptive, we should we should also leverage or put it in a way that it is safe to use. So that's my perspective about it.
Wonderful. I'm shocked that you were talking about AI 15 years ago, and because Gen Zs, uh, believe that AI is a very latest thing. We just got it 1 year has passed and or something, but it's a fact here that it is not any latest thing. It was like also here many years ago, because artificial intelligence actually stands for uh, it's a computer intelligence, if you see in another way.
Yes, I understand that build the the idea of building an AI was back in the years, like it's way older before. However, during that time, the technology is not able to adapt or use that technology because we don't have the infrastructure compared to now. Currently, our current infrastructure is yet too early. It's not yet fully matured. That's why AI is also early in a sense. Why I can say it's early, because developers and like all the developers of AI engineers are still honing or improving the data sets, improving the prompts, improving the architecture itself or the models. Um, we still lack infrastructure, which is very important. And I can understand why, because we haven't yet built, or we have our technology, our physical infrastructure is not yet fully capable of building a huge models that is being able to build that. However, I think before we get to the point that AI is in a maturity stage, we need to understand that we need to safeguard as well. Why? Because a lot of jobs will be taken over. A lot of people will, like, we possibly don't have like problems with jobs and opportunities to work, and not able to sustain the family. Let's not make it happen. What I like most is that we need not to replace people. AI should not replace the people, but augment. It's not to replace, but augment. Meaning to say, it's a tool that helps us, that assists us on the daily routinary tasks that we are building, but it should not overtake the people behind the desk who is using the AI at the same time. Yes.
Exactly, that's what we are trying to teach them and guide them that excuse me, AI is not taking your jobs. AI is not going to become a wall between you and your career. AI is just helping you making your career more easier for you, you know so put it
Exactly.
on that way. Because if here's a person who, let's suppose, who do graphic designing, who is a graphic designer. So after some time their job will be, maybe they will not be needed anymore, their work will not be needed anymore, but there is still, if AI will be here, so they have to manage AI to work for graphic designing.
Yeah.
Like there is still someone needed who can prompt AI, and AI can make a great poster or something like that.
Yeah. My thoughts about it is that it's really different. It's really good that we are humans and AI created graphics or visuals that are really perfect. So, what's the difference? What's the difference between both? When you prompt an AI gives you a perfect image, perfect result based on your prompts, right? But The best thing about being a human is that we make errors, and errors are good. Errors or failures are good. Why? Because it makes us more human, more real, more alive. So it's good to make mistakes. It's good to have errors because that's what we are. No- Not saying that it's fun to have, rather, it's not good to, like, so am I saying that we should not be perfect? Yes. And we should love being human rather than being a bot, right? So we have to make a choice, make a difference. Do we really love perfection, which is good, which is pleasing to the eyes? But when we mature, we must understand what means to be human, what means to be imperfect, and that when we give value to that imperfection, that it becomes an excellent thing.
Totally agreed with you. Totally agreed with you. This is what we are supposed to do. Making errors is not any kind of sin, which we usually consider like it is a sin. We are doing errors. We are doing failure. What will be happening after that? Uh, if we are learning from our failures and if we are learning from our errors, then it's good for us. But if we are not getting any lesson from these errors, from these failures, then it's nothing for you.
Exactly. Exactly. So the next big thing that we are going to evolve as a person, and we are, maybe we can say that we are typically reliant on AI, is that we need to understand, we need to make a choice between being a human or being a bot. So we have to, not even us on the Gen Z perspective or in Gen A perspective, but even on those on the top management or C levels, need to understand that, is this what we really need, or is it just for capital or for investment or for growth for a business, or probably because there's a synergy between, these businesses that are on top needs people to use or subscribe or use their business or avail their business or purchase their business, right? So the mass should have a balanced equilibrium to understand that this community here, the people, wanted to have a human interaction, right? So the sea level will go down to their level, so we can have an equilibrium, on that sense. It goes be within economics. It goes within the tech perspective. It goes within education, and it goes within the life of us, being to like balance the things. That's why I'm very happy of like sharing how to balance everything. Well, it's not always true, but we need to strive on balance, not only on growth, but on balance.
Exactly, exactly. It's wonderful that you're sharing your experience regarding AI. It is just becoming a huge thing. People, it is still a misconception for people that what AI really is. So, anyways, it's a very huge topic. So, Rod, what inspired you to transition from developer training to modernizing entire cities and Web3?
Yeah. Since Web3 is quite new in the space after pandemic, then there's a boom for Web3 developers and blockchain and smart contract. What is best still in the ecosystem right now globally is that we need to have a transparent system, which blockchain is there. It is immutable and safe, secure, and it it should be decentralized. Meaning to say that it is, right now we cannot really reach to that decentralization perspective because everything is run by business, right? Run by capitalism, run by money. But when we give power to those in the community perspective, meaning we give a power or an opportunity for people to interact with what we are building, then that's good. Now, we are teaching students, at the same time developers or institutions, on how to build these new space on blockchain, so that their applications are transparent. We can People can audit. It's available online, and we have opportunities as well to really leverage. And by then, it's not the answer, but it is a continuous growth that people or the developers or the technology is being able to leverage or to match up with the technology uh, that can bring good use case to people's lives and community at the same time.
Exactly. How did the collaboration with Davao Cities LGU begin, and what were the initial challenges you faced?
Yeah. Currently, we give them trainings for like government infrastructures to be uh, adept with the people. Or, for example, they're currently building an application on blockchain. So it's a good start. It's not an answer yet, but it's a good start that they are interested and that they would be interested to build an application or their projects or in blockchain. Why? Because every day they are like subject to attacks, like hacking, servers are down or whatever. That's common to government offices because it's available now. When we put that data on chain, 100% full assets for everything is on chain, then the infrastructure for it's like um, put the needle in the haystack, and it's difficult to find, right? So it's not impenetrable, but it's difficult. It's difficult for hackers to access data, and there's no downtime. Meaning, if there's no downtime in services, then people will have an opportunity to use it. The basic public services are available, and it doesn't plague services, or it doesn't like limit services to the people, which the government should serve, right? Or in a corporation or in businesses, same thing happens. So when you put that on chain, everybody has access, everybody can audit, everybody can find it without no downtime. Then that means good for the application. At the same time, good for business. At the same time, good for the people that they serve.
It's just really wonderful. So, can you share how a Riverian tax training model empowers local governments to independently manage blockchain systems?
Yeah. So here we're offering the technology. We give the technology transfer from trainings and making them capable of building applications. So after the training, we allow them uh, we assess their applications and allow them to mature themselves by their own, and then teach them how to build or deploy their projects online or on chain, in blockchain perspective, and teach them how to create tokens or how to tokenize their applications at the same time. And at the same time, uh, build an infrastructure that is connected for deep pins to create or build a smart city. So um, connecting like Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, and um, microprocessors as sensors, and then build like an application to control weather monitoring, navigation applications, solar energy, wind, drone, robotics, energy, autonomous vehicle. That will create a smart city, and that's be beneficial for the people at the same time. But we need to balance everything. So I'm saying that we should protect also the environment, tokenize them, give them value at the same time. So that's how what our guys are doing. We are building applications for various projects, and we have a couple of projects that we are looking at, and then we are like inviting more developers to come with us, train with us, and build their applications at the same time on their perspective. So we are happy. Our team is really excited on onboarding and giving projects to new developers at the same time.
Wonderful. Um, Rod, you just shared that it's 15 years ago, and you and your friend were talking about AI. So it means like you 15 years ago you started your career, not if officially, but you already planned it. So Rod, what did you actually wanted to do when you were in your childhood or something? Like what were your interests before?
Yeah, I we are like in a not in a wealthy family. We started it, yeah, especially here in the Philippines. We are like um, as in education, but we are really fascinated with the tech and how it evolves. So yeah, back in the days, we were just like a couple of bunch of kids in a garage with computers, and then we just love making applications. And also I can remember that we go for schools and they want us to build their thesis, and they just pay us for the money, and then so that they can students will have like we are doing commissioning for them. It's quite fun and it's not about money per se, but it's more about how we can augment our education back in the days. So yeah, moving forward, for me, I can say that it was a start of that initiative. Right now, as years go by, we have like different dots that plays around, and it goes back to what we are currently doing right now. So it's good. A couple of my friends are still in tech. They are like building their own applications at the same time. So yeah, I'm building the River Tech for opportunities for communities and Web3 developers, new developers, front and back end, and smart contract developers to build a better place, build applications not only beneficial for one area, one location, but beneficial for a global perspective.
It's just fabulous. Like in your childhood, you were already doing practice, in your garage with computers. So it is not about money, it's because now if you see, um, having this skill is more than having a good education, unfortunately. You know, because education is on its own place, but this skill is also very important, which is called money making, you know. And if when parents, try to make their children do this in their childhood, so it really helps them when they get older, you know, like they get
Exactly.
their the age where they actually start their career.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. On that note, back in the days, I have a small PC. It's a PC, Windows 95, I guess. Windows 95 back in the day. So I just troubleshooted and removed the hard drive and then I wonder, oh, I cannot take it. I cannot fix it again. And then the hard drive, I need to ask someone to like, uh, do you have any computers that you need to be fixed? So I just scramble everything and put it back, and then okay, I can reuse this hard drive, and say, can I buy it out for this price so that I can run my PC again. So that's what I did back in the days. Just to augment or just to continue what I'm passionate about. It's not it's not what I can say is that it's not about money, but once we give value to what we do, and once we put data sets, for example, if you're like building an application and you're giving it for free, and people will say, why are you giving it for free, right? So no, because the reason why I'm giving it for free, so that they can use it. When they use it, you can they will put their the data sets in your application, your platform, right? So when you have those data sets, when you have those data and it piles up, then it creates a value. That value will give you money because you own it already. So if they wanted to continue, then they need to pay the subscription or the credits that they have because they are entitled or they are keen to using your application, your platform. So that's how you convert your value to your profit. So profit, value, value, profit.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you really use a very great concept. You know, the great practice which you just told me about, that you're already doing this in your childhood and you just scramble the things and put it on the same way and charge them. So it's really great. um, we all should, try these kind of things when we are teenagers, because this is the age when we adopt things and when we learn things. It is really wonderful. Thank you so much, Rod Alboros, for giving me your precious and valuable time for the amazing conversation and for the amazing podcast. Thank you so much for sharing your amazing experiences regarding AI, regarding your own work. So it's really wonderful.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm happy to share, and I hope I inspire your viewers and your audiences that for this sharing, and I hope they can build communities same time and help other people. That's why we are like here for. We build applications, we build value, and then that brings us our footprint, our legacy in building a world a better place.
Exactly, exactly. This is a great message that you just spread out. Thank you so much, viewers and listeners, for watching and listening to this podcast. I hope you like it. Inshallah, meet you soon with another amazing